On November 23rd against the Warriors on the game's very first possession, Victor Wembanyama showed us that he has unlocked a new ability that will change everything. As while this was a seemingly innocent pass, it actually shows us two massive things. One, Wemby has the basketball awareness and IQ to read the floor at a high level already, and two, he is a willing passer who makes the right play. He could have taken this shot, but just as Nikola Jokic always does, Wemby made the best choice for his team. In this game, Victor would finish with 9 assists, including in the fourth quarter. This lob to Julian Champagnie off the dribble as he would close things out against Golden State with several absurd blocks.
Moody, Anderson, Jackson Davis, Wemby met him right there, and then he just cuffed it. Here's Jackson Davis behind his back, Curry, nowhere to go, Wemby swallowed him. Waters driving and Wemby swats it against the backboard.
While on offense again, Victor showed his selflessness as he fed Harrison Barnes for 2 baskets that cemented a win.
Wembanyama spinning against Draymond. Barnes slips through, scores it, and a foul.
In the 2025 season so far, Victor has gone from averaging 2.7 assists in his first 12 games to now 6 assists per game in his last 6. An extremely important leap as defenses are already sending double or triple teams to stop him, and it's his passing that is making them pay. As well as another ability he has truly unlocked, his shooting. Currently, in every single zone the NBA tracks, from at the rim to the three-point line, Wemby is shooting a better percentage, which has led to his true shooting percentage overall jumping from 56.5% in his rookie season to 59.4% in year 2. And as we can see right here on his rookie jump shots, Wemby's feet were sliding. His form was not perfect. Because of this, he was not in perfect control of his body. This led to a lot of inconsistency. But now, after an entire offseason of work, we not only can see a clearly improved shooting form with Victor's feet set, but also we can see results. Wemby is connected on 3.1 threes a game on 9.2 attempts, the most 3-point attempts by any center in history, with 2020 Karl Anthony Towns in second by a noticeable margin. The offseason work Victor put in is paying off big time. He just had his first 50-point game of his career, his second triple-double, and is on pace to lead the NBA in blocks per game for a second straight season, and he is also on pace to join a historic list. Only 5 players in NBA history have ever averaged at least 23 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks per game in a single season. All of these players are Hall of Famers in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Shaquille O'Neal. What's up, Mike here, and what is truly terrifying for the rest of the league is that the stats we're about to dive into show that Victor Wembanyama is only scratching the surface of what he will be. If he improves at this rate, his final form will actually be unguardable. Nikola Jokic has stated time and time again, passing comes easy to him because it's just natural. In any situation, Jokic's brain just wants to make the right basketball play. Wemby has been proving to be cut from the same cloth, as Victor has stated multiple times that awards and stats are nice, I guess, but what really matters is the win. In his final pro game in France, Victor was the MVP of the league. He led his team to the finals, but after a finals loss, he literally apologized to the fans for losing. He was disappointed in himself, feeling that he had let them down. This level of unselfishness matters a lot when it comes to winning. In his first season in the NBA, Nikola Jokic had 3.9 assists per 36 minutes. In Wemby's first season, he actually averaged more with 4.7 assists per 36 minutes, and after a weird start this year where his assists suddenly plummeted as we saw, Wemby is now passing at a higher level recently than we have ever seen from him. The game is slowing down, it's all coming together for him, and staying with per 36 minute stats. Nikola Jokic's assist numbers skyrocketed from 3.9 in his rookie season to 6.3 in year 2 and then 8.3 in year 4, with next to no athleticism compared to the average NBA big. Strength like an ox though, Jokic became the most dominant player of this current era of NBA basketball, winning 3 MVPs with a championship, as he is also currently the betting favorite to win MVP number 4. Speaking of betting, but before we continue guys, I am very excited to thank DraftKings for sponsoring today's video, because if you did not know, it's been getting cold, but football season has been getting exciting. And I've partnered with DraftKings to hook you guys up. Right now, new customers who download DraftKings and use promo code Korzemba get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. That is if you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use my promo code Korzemba. Don't forget to stay in on the action and use $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays. Combine multiple bets together from the same game for a shot at an even bigger payout. And if sports betting is not available in your state yet, do not worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports. So again, guys, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code Korzemba and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. That's promo code Korzemba only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back into the video. By utilizing his biggest strengths, his basketball IQ and court awareness, Jokic has thrust himself into the all-time center race, and by the end of his career, we might be looking at a top 10 player of all time that is realistic. Wemby has the same God-given ability in him, and we are watching it grow. The difference is, Victor is 7'4". He also moves around the court fluidly, at times demonstrating a true dribble package and off-the-bounce playmaking ability. There is a current question, though, lingering over Victor Wembanyama's not ability but shot selection. Should Wemby be playing closer to the basket is certainly out there, and if we're talking about what he should be doing to get a win in this very moment, Nikola Jokic is currently taking a career high 4.3 3-pointers a game this season, which is less than half the attempts Victor is taking, as Jokic has taken 213 shots from within 10 feet and only 69 shots from 3, while Wemby has taken 107 shots from within 10 feet and 166 shots from 3. Old school coaches are probably ripping their hair out watching him. To me though, this is the Spurs allowing Wemby to learn and grow through on-court repetitions. Victor is shooting 72.9% from inside 10 feet and just 33.7% from 3. Even when you account for the difference between 3s and 2s, the math ain't math in there. We've also seen Wemby begin to develop a literal unguardable shot, a fadeaway which at his height, maybe Yao Ming could come back to try to block it, but other than him, not happening. Sometimes on these shots, Victor looks like a giant version of Kevin Durant. Against the Kings, he hit this massive clutch shot from that area.
Wemby with 2, step back for Victor.
Overall though, Wemby has made just 7 of 19 attempts on fadeaways this year. Small sample size, but he's also shooting just 34.8% on jump shots as a whole, while in the restricted area, he is shooting 81.3%. Is this something to watch out for? Yes. To worry about right now? Definitely not. I think the Spurs are letting him develop his overall game to the point where they're sacrificing some easier looks for Wemby now to get him more reps in tougher situations for when the games matter the most. He himself has said he wants to be the best #1 pick of all time. Michael Jordan was notably pick #3, but I think we can read between the lines there. To become the actual GOAT though, there is no margin of error. Of course, that will mean taking down Michael Jordan and LeBron James, the 2 undisputed GOATs in the NBA right now. Say what you want about the 90s, but if Jordan was playing today, he'd be developing a high-level 3-pointer. What would that have meant for his game? The thing is, before we talk about the actual GOAT race, Wemby does need to become the greatest center of all time first, and that trail leads through no one else other than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. As a prospect, Lou Alcindor, Kareem's original name before he changed it at the age of 24 to embrace and show his Muslim faith, was almost like a mythical legend. This was before the internet, and people only heard tales of Lou Alcindor's greatness. Then, once he reached UCLA, Alcindor was so dominant that the NCAA changed the rules before he had played a college game to not allow players to dunk in an attempt to directly curb Lou's dominance. The media even called it the Lou Alcindor rule, and thankfully, after no dunks were allowed from 1967 all the way to 1976, the NCAA did change the rules back. Regardless, Kareem, as we're going to refer to him from here on out of respect for him, was so dominant that he lost just a single college basketball game in 3 seasons, while also winning 3 NCAA championships and 2 National Player of the Year awards. Kareem then took his talents to the NBA where he was immediately just as incredible against NBA competition as he was against NCAA competition. In his rookie season, Kareem finished third in the MVP voting. In his second season, he won the MVP and led the Bucks to the NBA championship. I am definitely not saying that Victor Wembanyama will not match Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's greatness. Looking at Kareem's overall achievements though, this is a tough list to beat. Kareem was a 19-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA selection, 6-time MVP, and 6-time champion. He played in 20 NBA seasons, was MVP in his second, third, and fifth seasons. He won the last MVP before the NBA merged with the ABA in 1976, and then won the first MVP post-merger in 1977, while also making the All-Star game at the age of 41. Perhaps more impressive, at the age of 38, he finished 5th in MVP voting. It does need to be said though, that 4 of Kareem's MVPs came before the NBA and ABA merged, which was no small deal. In the 1977 All-Star game, the first All-Star game after the merger, 10 of the 24 All-Stars were former ABA players. In the first post-merger finals, 5 of the 10 starters were former ABA players. On top of this, Kareem also has just 2 NBA Finals MVPs out of his 6 titles. As while playing with Magic Johnson, Kareem won the 1985 NBA Finals MVP, but Magic won it in 1980, 1982, and 1987. So if your own teammate was more valuable in the finals, that does count for something when we're talking about the GOAT race. This isn't to poke holes in Kareem's resume, it's just to show that Wemby does have a path to become the best still, even with Kareem's overwhelming success. Wemby also has a bit of an unfair advantage in the Defensive Player of the Year award, as the Defensive Player of the Year was not given out until 1983, when Kareem was already 35 years old. The NBA also did not track blocks until 1974. That was when Kareem was 26, but between the ages of 26 and 32, Kareem averaged 3.5 blocks a game, making it very likely he would have been a multiple Defensive Player of the Year award winner, but it didn't happen, and at this very moment, Wemby is the overwhelming favorite according to betting odds sites to win the Defensive Player of the Year in just his second season, and for good reason. In the 2025 season so far, when Victor is on the court, the Spurs have a defensive rating of 110.8, which would rank them 7th in the NBA if he played every minute. When he sits, that number goes to 116.1, which would rank them 23rd, a clear difference between a high-level playoff defense when he plays and a lottery team when he does not. Victor also led the NBA in blocks per game last year as a rookie, and he's doing the same thing in year 2, averaging 3.4 blocks and 1.3 steals, as he is currently 12th in defensive win shares, 6th in defensive box score plus minus, and 5th in defensive rating. The Defensive Player of the Year awards that he probably will rack up will be very nice. What will matter the most though when it comes to the future GOAT race or top center of all time race will be how many titles and MVPs Wemby can win. There is essentially a baseline set here with LeBron James. LeBron has 4 rings and 4 MVPs. Michael Jordan has 6 rings and 5 MVPs, and Kareem again has 6 of each. There is no margin of error when it comes to being the greatest of all time. At this point, 4 rings and 4 MVPs is the baseline. Apex dominance does matter though. Michael Jordan is known as the GOAT for a lot of people, largely due to his 8-season run where he won 6 championships and may have won more if not for his 2 seasons playing baseball. He did return for the 95 playoffs, but of course was rusty. Many people consider LeBron their GOAT as he has made more finals appearances in general and also holds the all-time NBA scoring record, went 4 for 4 in finals MVPs when his team won the championship, and showed us that he was the best player in the world by a wide margin in 2016 when LeBron, Kyrie, and the Cavs not only took down the 73-win Golden State Warriors, but also in the process LeBron averaged 29.7 points, 11.3 rebounds, 8.9 assists, 2.6 steals, and 2.3 blocks, filling up the stat sheet everywhere he could, showcasing true, utter dominance. That type of apex prime is not something we can currently project. What we can look at is these GOATs' early years. Michael Jordan did not ever miss the playoffs, but he didn't win his first playoff series until his 4th year. That was at the age of 24. LeBron didn't make the playoffs until his 3rd year, then he went on to make the NBA Finals in his 4th. The GOAT race is no joke, and playoff success is a huge part of it. People still refer to LeBron's performance in the 2007 Eastern Conference Finals when he took down a veteran former championship championship-winning Detroit Pistons team at just the age of 22. Victor will turn 21 on January 4th. The Spurs currently are in contention to make the playoffs, and going forward, it has been said by a lot of people that almost every notable free agent wants to play with Wemby for understandable reasons. That will be great for the Spurs' future title aspirations. For now, let's see if Wemby can mark first playoff appearance off of his NBA checklist. Let's see if he can take home Defensive Player of the Year in his second season. These are things that a young GOAT would do. Let's see if Victor firmly places himself among the greatest young players we have ever seen. I think he will. Thank you for watching. You're awesome. We all know it. And peace.